Strike averted. City Hall and New York City's teachers' largest union have inked a deal to reopen the schools, averting a strike, but school is going to start later this year. Opening day has been re-engineered. Instead of a September 10th, a three-day transitional period of remote instruction begins September 16th, and then school buildings reopen for in-person learning the following week. News 4's Andrew Sept is live in Lower Manhattan with a breakdown on this safety plan. Andrew?
Chuck, the big sticking point had been mandatory COVID testing. In this new agreement, it is mandatory. How so? Well, any teacher that refuses to get a COVID test gets placed on unpaid leave. And any student that doesn't want to get tested has to learn from home. The end result is school will open, but later than ever, September 21st. 2 weeks after threatening an illegal strike.
If a court deems that we are breaking the Taylor law, so be it.
Teachers Union President Mike Mulgrew today at City Hall.
This is not easy to do, and I give the mayor great credit.
Praising the mayor for an 11th hour deal.
I'm pleased to report that we've come to an agreement to move forward.
After insisting for weeks schools would open on time, the mayor cut a deal with labor leaders. On September 8th, educators return as planned, but now school starts remotely September 16th, and then on September 21st, blended learning, which means some kids go back to school.
What would have happened on September 10th now happens on September 21st.
The sticking point had been mandatory COVID testing. What changed your mind? Was it the threat of a teacher's strike?
Look, Andrew, again, we've all been working together. And what we found here was a way that made sense because it was being done over time on a monthly basis, a sample from each school.
But the monthly COVID testing, getting swabs for 10% to 20% of students and adults at every school, results within 48 hours, doesn't start until next month. It doesn't start until October. Doesn't that defeat the purpose?
No, because what's going to happen is we have to get the permission slips from the parents. So we will have enough permission slips right away to do a random sampling.
Despite the deal, hundreds of thousands of families have chosen to keep their kids learning from home.
With all the cases going on and the still growing pandemic, I'm actually happy that he's at home.
And those who are sending their kids back to the classroom seem relieved that everyone gets another 11 days to get ready.
I feel like they were kind of like rushing everything to get everything in place, and we can't rush when it comes to our kids' health.
Still all kinds of challenges. They have to hire nurses for every school. They have to hire substitute teachers to do some of the remote learning, but now they have the extra time, and the union passed this new deal with an 82% vote of its delegate assembly late this afternoon. Live in Lower Manhattan, Andrew Sept, News 4 New York.
Okay, Andrew, thank you. The tri-state travel quarantine list has expanded once again. Alaska and Montana are now back on the list. The total number of restricted states and U.S. territories is now 33. The travel order requires anybody coming into the tri-state from viral hotspots to quarantine for 14 days.
It is an exercise in patience. After months of waiting and preparing, New Jersey gyms are finally back open. But working out will be much different during this pandemic. News 4 investigative reporter Sarah Wallace is in Teaneck with the safety changes and the heavy lift for gym owners.
Plant your hand on your shoulder. Push out.
Pushing toward your personal best in a community setting. That's what Maxability CrossFit Training Center in Teaneck, New Jersey is all about. And the reunion jumped off today.
This community, this place, is one of the most meaningful things in my life. It's about fitness, it's about staying healthy, but it's about a group of people that really care for and support each other.
Slow it down a little bit. Let's go hands at the side.
Owner and lead coach Tim Lynch is fortunate to have a 15,000 square foot facility, so dealing with the state's strict space restrictions are not a problem.
They're putting a number on it as to every 200 square foot could be one person. All right, so we're still well under that. We have 2 large rooms that are 5,000 square foot each, and we put 10 people plus a coach in that room.
Resuming group classes a bigger challenge for smaller gyms like Energy Fitness in Crestkill. But owner Steve Mitchell is just relieved to be open in some capacity, albeit 25% of normal.
We want people to feel good when they come in, and we want them to feel even better when they leave. All of the equipment's wiped down before and after each use.
There are the now familiar dots to ensure distancing, and certain equipment is cordoned off. The most critical component, masks required.
The mask, it's totally fine. Like, I don't really mind it or anything like that. I just recommend like a lighter mask, not something super heavy.
Did you have any hesitations about coming back at all?
I did at first, but I saw the guidelines that were in place and, you know, marks on the floor, wipes and all that. Everyone takes care of what they use, so I'm comfortable about it. You just got to be smart.
Back here in Teaneck, Maxability is actually adding classes, staggering them during the day to accommodate people's flexible schedules. Everyone adapting, determined to stay open. From Teaneck, Sarah Wallace, News 4 New York.
And after more than 5 months of creative workouts at home and outdoors, New Yorkers can finally hit the gym again tomorrow. There are new guidelines in place, including 33% capacity, mandatory mask wearing, sign-in sheets, and health screenings at the door, and the installation of special air filters. Gyms must also undergo a virtual inspection.